You don't have to tell me. I know I need a haircut. I just haven't been able to figure out how to do it in a hazmat suit yet. And when I do, I'll get one. Or hopefully this whole thing will go away and life will go back to normal. We get haircuts when we need them and when we want them. So, hi, I'm John Beilfuss, the executive chef of Lula's Louisiana Cookhouse here in beautiful and historic Owasso, Michigan. So today I've got a recipe for you that is one of our very favorite things at the restaurant. It's Wiener Schnitzel von Schwein. It's a pork schnitzel. So let's get in the kitchen. I'll show you how to make one of our very favorite restaurant items. Here's everything you're gonna need to make delicious Wiener Schnitzel von Schwein pork schnitzel. I have a seasoning blend of 2 tablespoons of kosher salt mixed with 1 teaspoon each of paprika, garlic powder, and black pepper. I have panko, all-purpose flour, an egg wash of 2 eggs, and about 1/4 cup of milk. I have 2 pork chops that I've cut straight from a pork loin, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick. We're going to cook all that in butter. For our sauce, we need about 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup of lemon juice mixed with 1/3 cup of white wine, and about 1/3 cup of heavy cream. We're going to top it all off with a little chopped parsley. Our first step is we're going to pound out this pork chop. Now I'm using a mallet here, but you can, at home, I've used rolling pins and whatever I can to do. And you want to make sure you don't break this, but you just want to pound it out as thin as you can get it without breaking through it. I've put this between 2 sheets of cling wrap. You could use parchment paper. I've actually done it many times with nothing. Now I've pounded that out to about 1/4 inch thick. I want to make sure I don't get any holes in it. That's as far as I need to go. I don't trim the fat off it. I think that gives a little extra flavor, but you can see that we've over doubled the size of that pork chop. So now I've set up a dredging station with my flour, my egg wash, and my panko. First thing I'm going to do is take my schnitz and just season it with a little bit of our seasoning on both sides. And then I'm going to season the flour, a little bit in the egg, and a little bit of the panko, just to give some flavor to all 3. We're going to take our schnitz, and we're first going to dip it into the flour. Pull that off, dip it into the egg wash. Let that drip off, and then straight into the panko. And on the panko, we want to cover it really good. Press those breadcrumbs right into that schnitz so that they stick real well. Now I'm melting about 1/2 stick of butter over medium heat. This is sweet butter, not salted butter. We want to do this over a medium heat because we don't want to burn that butter. And once that butter is nice and hot, we're right in with our schnitz. This should take about 5 minutes per side. That's been about 5 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Perfect. And we'll do it 5 minutes on this side. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little. This smells fantastic. This is lunchtime. I'm doing this. I can't wait for lunch. And that's done. It's been about 5 more minutes. It's done nicely on both sides, and I'm going to remove it to a plate and keep it warm while I make the sauce. Hey, one recipe note on this. When you're making the sauce, sometimes we make it in the pan off to the side while we're making the schnitzel. You're going to get a brighter looking sauce, but not as much stuff to flavor. I like to make it in the pan. It's going to be a little browner, not as pretty, but it's going to taste a little better. So I'm adding 1/2 stick, 4 tablespoons of butter to the pan. And when that butter's all melted and gets nice and bubbly, I'm going to go ahead and add our lemon juice and our white wine. I'm going to raise the heat here, bring this up to a pretty nice boil. And I'm going to let this reduce by about 1/2. This recipe of sauce is enough for about 2 schnitzels. It's at about 3 minutes. It's reduced a little bit there, about nicely, and I can see it starting to thicken up. I'm going to go ahead and add our 1/3 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to season this with just a little salt and a little white pepper. You could use black pepper if that's all you have, but I always use white pepper in it. And we're just going to reduce this till it thickens up to a nice sauce consistency. Reduced in about a minute. Looks just right. I'm going to go ahead and plate this schnitz. And there you go, a beautiful Wiener Schnitzel von Schwein. Well, thanks again for watching another almost exciting episode of Scratch Cook with John. Please join my channel, YouTube, Scratch Cook with John. I really would appreciate it. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.